YouTube channel. Thank you guys for joining me once again on this beautiful, rainy, sunny, hot Monday. I've been away for a week. I know I've been promising you 3 videos a week. Now I see the pressure. Now I see the work that gets into this, guys. But anyway, thank you for liking on my previous videos. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the good criticism. Thank you for, did I say subscribing? If you didn't subscribe, please subscribe, please like, please comment. And if you're passing by, hello, I'm Karida Ramzik, also known as Retabile. Well, it's been a very busy week, mostly because we had a cousin come together, because there's a lot of cousins we don't know. There's a lot of cousins we haven't seen since childhood. There's a lot of cousins that that they don't know each other. So it was that kind of a thing that we come together. We kind of, what do they call it? Yeah, so mukitinyana, some sort of gathering yana. Yeah, so we each have a portion that we take out, and yeah, it was amazing. We went to the graveyard, we went to my dad's graveyard. I've been there a couple of times, so this time around it wasn't as emotional, because I was like, dude, I'm not gonna cry because I feel like you're not gonna hear me, so I'ma just tell you that I love you. But it was like, it was more than that. But yeah, it's been a very emotional week. It's been a very heavy week for me. Prior to the event, there was a lot of thinking, there was a lot of procrastinating, there was a lot of thoughts that were running through my head. I'll show you a few snapshots of what was happening. But yeah, I enjoyed, I had fun. I love my uncles, I love my aunt, I love my granny so much. I love my cousins, I love my brother, I love my sister, I love everyone, guys. And it kind of made me feel like I haven't seen them in ages, but I see most of them, like, mostly. So it kind of felt like I haven't seen them in ages. The way it was so fun. So here's the clip. That's what happened. And yeah, it was amazing. You know, when you in that moment and there's something that you need to say, or there's something that you need to say in front of your family, or introduce yourself to them, there's that moment you go like, I can't do that. And then there's that thing that pushes you. I feel like I had that moment because they were like introducing each other according to age. And when my brother was done, my cousin, actually, I come up to my cousin was done, I introduced myself. And then when I had to carry on, my tears went, I started crying. My uncle was comforting me. He was like, no, give her a chance, she'll introduce herself. And I started saying a lot of things. I started saying, we were at my great granddad's graveside, because we have to start by him before we go to everyone else. So it was kind of emotional, and I kind of like asked him to be with us. There's a lot of things we can't express in front of everyone, But whatever things we are facing internally, I pray that he hears us, and I pray that the Lord hears us too, and I pray that everything will be fine in terms of relationships, in terms of marriage, in terms of school, in terms of work, in terms of everything and anything that happens in life. There's a lot that happens in life, and sometimes I feel like we don't take them seriously until they really damage us, and then only we are seeking for help, or we are seeking for we are seeking for our ancestors, or we are seeking for God. But when things are good, we tend to forget the steps that we took towards that achievement, you know. So yeah, it was emotional, obviously, and yeah, I was crying because everyone was crying when they got to their dads or their grandmother's tombstone, you know, because there are cousins of mine that don't know their dads. So it was kind of emotional when we got to their dad's tombstone. So yeah, guys. But what I'm going to discuss today is my childhood, because I feel like a lot of things that happened in my childhood led to the kind of person that I am today. I won't say my mental illness has brought me nothing but sorrow, but there's a lot of things it has taught me, and I'm very happy that most of them it's positive things, even though there's those little voices that go like, you crazy. But yeah, anyway, what happened is, you know, when I was in high school, my dad used to spoil me. My dad used to spoil me. My dad would be like, because my mom and dad separated, my mom got married, and my dad was like, I'm going to give you money. At that time, remember, guys, one like 10 like 50 rand was like 200 rand. So my dad used to give me 50 rand, 100 rand when I went to school, and he'd be like, that's for 2 weeks, don't waste it, man. When I got to school, buy coke, buy sweets, buy chips, buy a lot of things, and my mom's lunch I would just shift it. So my dad would do that like till I got to grade 4. And then there's a time my dad was silent. You know, within that year, I was like, my dad is so silent. And it's not a thing of he's silent, he doesn't want me anymore. It's that silence of I feel like something is wrong. But because I'm a child, I'm just sensing weird vibes, nyana. Or maybe my parents are not in good terms. Maybe that's why I'm not visiting my dad. But my dad was sick, guys. My dad was sick. I never saw him when he was sick. And thinking about it when I'm this age, it hurts me, because I was like, he could do so much for me when he was okay. And there were times where I'd go to him and he would not be okay. But he would be strong for me. He would do things for me. He would literally act like everything is okay. And he wouldn't show me that side of him. And I was like, if he was like that for me, why can't I be there when he is sick or when something? Obviously my mom knew what was going on, and I feel like she was protecting me from seeing him in that condition, because for me, my dad gave me the most attention. I remember when I would go like, I want us to go and watch a movie. The last movie we watched was Hulk, the first Hulk. When it came out, my dad took me, and it was just me and my dad. And anything that I asked, I would go like, I don't have scissors, and he'd be like, no, come. Because I used to go to him on Fridays, and then Mondays I'd catch the transport from his place to school. So they knew from Monday to Thursday I'm going home, and then from Friday to Monday I am by my dad. So that day, it was a Monday, and I was like, nope. My dad said I must come. I need scissors, and they were fighting me, and I was like, I'm sitting in this transport, I'm going to my dad. So there's nothing they could do. They called my mom. My mom was like, leave her, because she knew my granny was gonna wash my uniform, and we carry on. So when he got sick, I never saw him much. I don't remember seeing him within that year. So it led to the day he passed on. Guys, When he passed on, my mom did not tell me. When he passed on, my mom did not tell me, and it was so emotional because I was just like throwing a tantrum in the car. I was like, how could you guys do this? How could you wait for him to go and not say anything to me? My older brother and my little sister used to see him when he was sick. Why me? Why can't I see him when he was sick? I mean, like, a person is dead here, and the closest person to me is not with us anymore. And you guys were keeping this from me, and it really, really, really hurt me. And thinking about the things we used to do together, it kind of made me feel like, who's going to do those things with me? Who's going to listen to my weird, nonsensical stories? Who's going to take me to the movies? Who's going to buy me those small heels that come in packets with makeup stuff? Who's going to buy me Coke? You know, Coke used to be in the bottles and we used to love it. Who's going to buy me Coke? Who's going to be guys, my dad was my hero and he still is. And thinking about it now, it's not as emotional, but you know, there's those days when you feel like you need that male figure in your life. Yes, my stepdad is around, but it won't feel the same. It won't be the same. And obviously those gaps he has tried to cover, but I loved my dad, guys. I loved my dad, and it's haunting at times. It's haunting because you dream about, my dad doesn't just come in my dreams. When he comes, I know he wants me to see something, or he wants me to know something that I'm not doing right, or something that I'm not doing for him. Sorry, it's not sitting properly. So it kind of became emotional. It kind of became draw. What can I say? It was a drawback for me. It really was. And I felt like no one could close that space. I felt like no one could do the things that he did for me. So in a way, when I look for a boyfriend, I look for that piece of my dad. Not my no one would ever be like my dad, but I look for that piece, those little details, you know. Like in the morning, my dad, when he goes to work, he'd listen to Soli Moholo and he'd play his little music there. He'd polish his shoes, or he'd wear his clean socks, and he'd sit in the dining room, and I'd wake up and go like, Dad, Papa, kuba 5 randa, you know, we eat sweets during the day and ice and all those things. And he'd be like, no, I'll leave 20 rand for you and Katleo. My Katleo is my stepbrother, and he'd like, I'll leave 20 rand for you and Katleo, you guys should share. I will see you when I come back. And my dad has never hit me. He has never, ever, ever touched me. And you know what was so emotional at the gathering was, we went through, well, had to go to 6, and we had already went to 4. And when we got to my dad, all the kids literally came to his grave and started like taking out all these alien plants. And in all the sites that we have went through, all the grave sites that we have went to, they never did that. They stood back and they just watched us pray and all those things. But when we got to my dad, they all came to the grave, and they didn't even, it's my nephews and it's my son and it's my small cousins. They don't know my dad, but they all came and they started plucking out all these alien plants, and it became so emotional. And to me, it was just like, his spirit is known for his kindness and his love for kids. They knew at home that Christmas parties, my dad wouldn't let it just slide. There always has to be fruits, cake. He'll never leave fruits out. Fruits, cake, sweets, chips, and all these things. And he'd give us money, and like, his presence was okay. Let me fix my bed. So yeah, guys, it was just one of those things, and it just became okay. Like, things became okay. Life became better. I accepted. It's not something that you can forget, guys. It's not something that you can forget. I don't know about other people whose parents have passed on, but for me, it hurt me, and it still continues to, because there's certain things that I see and I wish my dad was here. There's certain things that I go through and I wish my dad was here, and he was there emotionally, physically, financially. He was there, and I feel like a lot of things wouldn't have happened if he was here, or they would have been different if he wasn't here. But I know I wouldn't have had a child if he was here. But then again, things happen for a reason, and yeah, I am the spiritual kind. I am one who believes in those things, and they work for me. For me, they work, and I do put my 6 color candles on, and I put my dook on, and I put my, I fast, and it works for me. And there's certain things that I see that are improving because of the things that I did, and yeah, for me, it's a journey that I'll keep doing and I'll keep going through. It's battles that I'll keep fighting internally, and not everyone will understand, and not everyone will want to understand, and not everyone sympathizes with you, but it's okay. It's your own route, it's your own, what do you call it? Yeah, it's your own experience. It's your own journey, guys. You're going to be emotional, you're going to be happy, you're going to be sad, you're going to be joyful, you're going to be through it all. And some of us go through depression, some of us go through anxiety, some of us go through the works, guys, the works. And it's a battle, and there's only so much you can do to help yourself. But at the same time, you can't always be in this little box, like cramping yourself in. As I said, there's help outside, there's people you can talk to. I feel like talking to strangers, actually, that you'll never see ever again, is also one of the greatest things ever, because you feel like this thing that you can talk to someone about, and you feel like, this one, what if she sees me somewhere and with my best friend? I was a best friend myself. Hunting best friend is not the secretive type. Spreads the word, and then yo, Miss Pity Party. That's your name, Miss Pity Party. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys can share things that you go through, things that I can talk about here, and things I can, maybe if I relate to, I can discuss here. My lighting is bad. I know my lighting is bad, but my apologies. I just hope my little man, like, guys, please. So yeah, guys, it's a constant battle. It's what we go through, and don't be ashamed of it, because someone out there is looking at you and going like, damn, I can also achieve that, I can also do that. It doesn't mean if people are famous and they have money, they don't go through these things, guys. Only those that feel free to talk about it, they will discuss it with you, and they will let you know that life is not for the faint-hearted, and if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up room. So guys, thank you for liking, and I hope that you've subscribed, and I hope that you comment, and I hope that you invite your friends, and I hope that you will share, guys. I hope you'll comment, and please do go on my Instagram, Karita_R. You can go on my Facebook, Karita Run CDC. I'll put them all down. I'm not a social media person, but things that I want to share, I will share. But thank you, guys, and yeah, see you.